Hello everyone and welcome back to World of Tanks with Black Knight. And today we have another review up for grabs. And this time it's the A-43, as you can see. It's the Russian tier 6 medium tank, and a whole lot of people out there are thinking that this tank is a T-34 without any extras. Well, I'm going to prove you wrong. His tank, it has a tier 5 gun, a 76mm or a 57mm. I am using the 76mm in his tank because it's more useful. More damage, more penetration, and well, it doesn't fire as fast, but at least it fires fast. But going over this tank and having played it myself for the complete duration, because as you can see I have the A-44, it's standing down here, and well, this line is different from the normal Russian medium line. It's more agility and fast firing movement than bruiser tank like and bouncing shots, as you will see in the replays. So I am going to show you a lot about that, but first we are going over the statistics for this tank. And I'm not going to show you anything from Tank Inspector these first few reviews, because Tank Inspector won't be clearing up that much. Well, going over the stats for the first moment: 730 hit points. For tier 6 medium it's enough, it's normal. Weight of 27.71 tons, and load limit is 30 tons, but you will not get that load limit exceeded. It has a 560 horsepower engine, and that gives him a power to weight ratio of 20.21. Comparing it to something similar, and that's the Cromwell, it has a less power to weight ratio, and its top speed is a bit lower as well. But that's not a problem. The top speed is 55 kilometers per hour, so overall the tier 6 medium tanks will be catching up to this thing, as you have, well, the Cromwell, it's 64 kilometers per hour, and you'll have the T-34-85, which is a bit slower, if I'm right, so that one won't be catching up. The American mediums won't be catching up because they're a lot slower with their 48 kilometers per hour. And well, you'll have the Chinese mediums, which are, well, around the same speed with Type 58, but a bit more bouncy, just like the T-34-85, so that's not a problem. So this tank is an acceptable mid-mode. If you have 3 of those in a platoon, you can, well, be a beast in every game you get into, just like with the Cromwell. But going on to the statistics, it has a 44 degrees per second traverse speed, so it's turning quite rather quickly, and it has, well, its armor is not something we should actually speak about. It's not a lot, but it's not too little. It can do with the amount it has. It's a very nice tank, but you should not expect to bounce anything with a tier 6 medium tank at all. So the shots that you do bounce will get you the lucky moments you want to get in this tank. The standard shell damage, as I talked to you about it, is 115 average, which is higher than the 57mm, which has a lower rate, lower damage at a lower penetration, but a higher rate of fire. And well, it's a bit higher than a stock gun, which I still have in my garage. I should start selling stuff again, but that's not a problem. The 76mm S54 gun is doing the job pretty good, even if you get against tier 8 tanks. Although you should try to outmaneuver the tier 8 heavy tanks and even the tier 8 medium tanks. Although most of the medium tanks will not be outmaneuvered that easily. And the heavy tanks will be outmaneuvered pretty easily, and you can almost penetrate them on the sides and the rears of this with this gun. So there isn't any problem with this tank about killing enemies. And well, that was just about everything I could say about the gun, because well, you can't shoot down, or actually you can shoot down about 2 degrees. Its gun depression is pretty bad, but it's a Russian medium tank, so you shouldn't worry about the gun depression when you're going to play Russian medium tanks. They do not have gun depressions. Well, if we're looking at the turret traverse speed, it's 48 degrees per second, so it's also pretty quick. And I could compare it to other medium tanks from tier 6, but there's no use. This thing is completely apart except from the Cromwell, which is, well, a bit different, but quite the same, so not really any difference in those two. It has a view range of 360 meters, which is quite a lot. And well, if you're going to equip it with something, I should not advise to put a coated optics on it, because it's not made for spotting. It's more made for the brawling and the dealing the big time damage types to the bigger tanks that aren't expecting you to fire so fast and so high DPM like. So putting a medium caliber tank gun rammer on it should give you a lot extra advantages, and then you can put on the enhanced gun laying drive for the more aim speed, which also works when you are driving and when you make a corner and you then have to aim again. You should put on the gun laying drive. And after that you can choose for yourself engine durability, but that's not really useful on this tank. You could go for crew ventilation. You could also go for the wet ammo rack, because well, it's a Russian tank. Whenever you get hit near the turret, it's a high probability that you will be ammo racked. But you could also go for the fuel tanks, durability, or maybe the toolbox, but a lot of repairing on this tank isn't used. The fuel range, at least, isn't the most important thing, so binocs will take away your maneuverability, and well, you have bought something that you will probably not even be using. And coated optics, it could give you the extra 36 meters of view range, which would also almost give you 400 meters of view range, but since you will be moving close to enemy tanks, you will probably not be using 400 meters of view range. And the signal range, since this is a more brawling tank, having more signal range than 525 meters, when there's probably a teammate near you, you will almost not use that 525 meters of signal range. As you can see, when we're now going to the loadout of this gun, I am barely using any golds or high explosives with tanks like this. And well, like the Cromwell, you could outflank and outmaneuver heavy tanks pretty easily. So they will be focusing you the moment you turn up behind them, and that will give your team the opening to shoot into the frontal plates or the back of their turrets, while you are making their life quite a lot harder to go along with. And well, normal armor piercing shells will be good enough, because well, if you look at these stats, with gold you only have 31 more millimeters of penetration, and the damage is actually 5 health points lower than with normal shells. And it wouldn't hurt to use gold, because sometimes you probably need gold, but against a tier 6 tank you would have the KV2, the T150, which have a lot of health. When you come across an M6 that is angled, you probably could use a gold shell to still penetrate him, but it's more useful to take cover, turn around, move back a bit and go around, and then shoot them in the back, then try to take a hit from them and put 3 hits back into them, because well, you will not be doing the damage they do with 1 shot. You can't do it with 3 shots of your own. You can't play Kickaboo with any other heavy tank, and most of the other medium tanks will be shooting just as fast or with a bit more damage than you do. This tank is all about outmaneuvering your enemies and not killing them with Kickaboo tactics. Although you could use it at sometimes at shooting enemies in the side, a shell that they will turn towards you, and then you hide again. They will be like, what shot me there, and they will get hit again by your team in the side. And the only times that is going to work when you really have teams that are working along with you. So, moving on a little bit now, we are going to view some statistics. As you can see, I have my standard surface all loaded, the small first aid kit, small repair kit, and the manual fire extinguisher. I'm not really someone to use the gold I have for something like that, or to use the credits I earn in something like gold shells or gold consumables. You could also start using the removed speed governor instead of the fire extinguisher, but it will damage the engine after a while, so the extra horsepowers you will get are not the usable kind of horsepower for this tank. So I will now be showing you guys some games on how to play this tank in the correct manner. So, well, I've gotten into a match, and I've came onto this match, and it's a tier 6 match in my A-43, so showing you stuff from a tier 6 match should be kind of like showing you how it will do in its own environment. And well, you have to use this tank's maneuverability very well. It only goes at 55 kilometers per hour, and its gun doesn't pack the punch it should to, or actually it doesn't pack the punch of other tanks that you will be facing, like the KV-1S, which will be packing 400 damage per shot. Well, with this maneuverability, if you drive correctly, you will be able to keep up with an ELC. He went a long way around, where I went the short way, and now I'm going to long way around, find this bush here, and see if we can actually do something with this. But as you can see, my gun depression is failing me there. I keep my position because I know enemies should be coming up on that ridge. And well, there's someone who's asking, NL Nederlanders? Well, I'm Dutch, so I answer yes. And well, as you can see, gun depression there isn't very good, but I was typing, so that doesn't matter. And I do move down right now. I do spot that Nashorn. I'm really thinking about shooting at that Nashorn, but that would give my advance away. Stop here, move back a little bit, but I can't seem to hit that KV-1S. He is stuck. Now I can hit him, but he started moving again. He's behind the rock again. Now I can hit him. Stand still, will ya? Miss? How could I miss that? You could clearly see me. Now I hit him. And now I missed again. Something out there is making enemy tanks be in cover from me. And now the only thing that's left there is the Cromwell. And oh, stop. Move back a little bit. That KV-1 is able to do damage to me since I am so little armored. And I do get a shot in on him. He uses a fire extinguisher. And I can't get a good clear shot in on him. Now the T-28 starts firing at me as well. So I have to pull back. And well, I already used the full DPM. Or at least I tried to use the full DPM of this gun. But I am not able to do anything from here. I can't move away. Now there's a KV-1S up there as well. I start to side scrape a little bit, but it's useless in this tank to start side scrape since you have your turret on the front. That ELC pulls off a daring maneuver. Goes in, spots the enemies, and goes out again. Now I have clear shot at KV-1. But my shells are all going over with great margins. I stopped shooting at the moment. And how I missed that shot, I don't know. It went into something, but the KV-1S dived down out there. Now Cromwell is moving in. He's not waiting for anything to help him. And now we are being kept. Now we have a problem. Yeah, still have 3 tier 6 heavy tanks and a tier 6 tank destroyer near the base. But those tanks are actually pretty useless. So I have to move in. And yeah, right now I spot a tank and I just noticed it when I'm behind it. I was like, hey, wait a second, how did you pop up behind me? I thought I was going straight for Artie. Oh well. Let's kill him first and then move on to Artie because he's right there and he's waiting for me. And there's his first shot. I start using my DPM, just firing on the move, and you have enough shells to do that in matches like this. I'm going straight for him. He misses, barely. Right now, keep firing, put another one into the ground in front of him. Put him on fire, and he's stolen. ELC takes the kill. And then SU-85B, he's being shot at too by the Nashorn. So the Nashorn took a great amount of courage to shoot that tank there and give himself away, but well, he's probably too far away to give himself away, so not wondering about it. Now, putting my movement speed up again. Going over 60 kilometers per hour there. And this is it right now. Having my sights so low made that SU-100 miss his shot. I miss him twice there. I move aside so he can't hit me. He's being shot at by the Nashorn. Now I am moving back. I can't hit him here because of this damnable hill. move forward a bit more. I hit the one in the cap, but I can't seem to finish him off, and or I can't seem to reset the capture, and we have lost. So I did show you guys the excellent maneuverability of this tank, and well, it might not be as good as the Cromwell's maneuverability, but it is definitely a lot better than the normal tier 6 medium tanks in this game. And well, I showed you that the fast refire rate of this gun already gives you the advantage of being able to put out a lot of shells in a short time, where enemy tanks will not be able to come up with the same DPM. So, moving on to the next game, I'll be showing you a bit more about the movement speed and how many bad luck someone can have when taking a bit of risk. So, I was talking about a bit of bad luck, and well, I'm in a tier 8 match with a tier 6 medium in a tier 8 match, and as I told you guys before, this gun doesn't have the best penetration around, so you should expect this tank to bounce a whole lot of shells. And well, you actually see me bouncing some shells, but oh, why did I fire there? Oh well, never mind. Keep moving. It's just one shell less. I still have 99 left. Oh well, just keep movement up. And I don't know who's spotting here. It could be that Pershing. I am able to hit that Hellcat there. And well, actually being a bit like the A-44 there, which has an extra bit on the back end and the turret reversed. So it's actually moving the other side around. But it's not a bad tank. That will be the next review. I did track the Hellcat there. He's disappearing now. Right after I figured where I could hit him, I put a shot into him. So now we see I did actually hit the Hellcat there. And he gets destroyed by the T-34 in the middle. So there's no problem there. I actually got the assisting damage, tracking damage from that first shot I did at him. That hit. Well, what to do next? Oh, there's a Tiger 1. I am not really sure what to do here now, because we're still not really in a developed game. So this team isn't really able to support me against everything that could be coming towards me from the enemy side. Well, I now decide that I just have to shoot at that Tiger. And well, he's moving too fast down. I'm starting to move forward now. And smart enough, I'm using this ability of this tank's smallness. Put one shell into the Tiger, miss. Put another one into him, bounced again. But now I see him. And the last one is a hit. 95 damage done. Well, it's 95 damage against a tier 7 heavy tank. There another 95 damage. So I didn't really waste my shell there. That's only 8 damage, so that's kind of a waste of my shell, but it did kill a tier 8 tank. As a tier 6 tank, killing a tier 8 tank is pretty good. And right now I'm overstaying my welcome here. Got a shot from the Nashorn, who decided, yeah, I'm a scumbag. I don't mind what I am shooting at as long as I do damage. So a tier 6 tank destroyer found a tier 6 medium tank more dangerous than a tier 8 medium tank. Right now he's actually paying the bill for that. And it seems like I hit him there, but the person killed him. This one as well. I shoot and it dies, but not by me, but by Borsig Waffentrager. Their T-34 puts a shot into me, almost killing me. And I keep up the fire rate of this tank, keep moving away, and he thinks I'm now gone. And I don't know what came over him, but that was a bad move by him, going for another tank. He could have seen I hit the building, but he kept moving on. Right now I keep moving, and yeah, KV-1S spots me. Tiger puts a shot towards me, misses, but the Ferdinand in the back there, he did hit me and he killed me, although I was moving at my full speed. And I would have been able to completely come across if he missed me and get to the side of the KV-1S and put some shells into him. But too bad that Ferdinand did get his shot into him, while there is an IS-3 behind him who just has to drive half a meter forward and he can shoot a shell right in the back of that Ferdinand. So it's just a shame that that Ferdinand got the time to turn around and shoot at the tanks coming from this side. And well, that's just the bad luck I had. The T-34 who had a shell loaded when I came across and put one into my side. Then the Ferdinand who hit his shell while I wasn't going that slow and I wasn't really that big a target, so. But yeah, well, good job by that Ferdinand. And a bad job by my team on the other side, who could have put shots into the rear of the Ferdinand. And well, as you will be going to see now, they won't. So I did do quite a lot. I showed you guys that the movement speed of this tank and the ability to do a lot is very useful. So let's go to that IS-3 there. Oh, I can't. He should have shot that Ferdinand in the back earlier. And well, yeah, that actually didn't came out as I wanted, so. And well, this is just a little bit to end this replay. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this review. I hope you guys are going to watch some more reviews from me. And the next one will be from the A-44, which will be quite different than this tank. Although it's the next tank, it's a tier 7 Russian medium tank. So, I'll see you guys on the battlefield and watch your backs, because maybe I'll be there to shoot some shells into you. Goodbye.